News 46 is brought to you by Golden Casino Group, where you'll always find great fun, good food, and fantastic entertainment, all at Gold Town, Lakeside, and the Pahrump Nugget. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Tonight on News 46, 5 people in a convertible are injured when their car rolls. The Valley Cruisers to hold their annual show and shine, and Nathan Adelson Hospice is having a butterfly release. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Friday, April 15th, 2016. I'm Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. 5 people were injured when their convertible vehicle rolled on Highway 160 last night.
Just after 6 p.m., we were dispatched for a report of a rollover accident. The initial location of that accident was in question. The first location listed was 160 in the area of Johnny. However, as we were preparing to respond, we got an updated address of possibly between Irene and Mesquite. We found that to be the better location, obviously. Upon arrival, within about a minute, we found one vehicle off of the roadway resting on its roof. Did a scene size up risk assessment. We found that there was no additional scene hazards. However, at a head count, there was at least 5 people that were on the ground at the accident site with one person trapped on the underside of the overturned vehicle.
And these people were possibly ejected from the vehicle?
Yeah, from the evidence that was on the scene, it appeared that all of them had been ejected. It was a convertible type car. It appeared that at some point when it went into its rotations, the occupants were ejected and were in various locations around the car.
So you, at this point, brought in Mercy Air. 2 aircrafts?
Well, what we actually did was we actually operated under like a mass casualty incident. So we added 2 additional medic units. The heavy rescue responded, as well as 2 Mercy Air helicopters. And it gave us the ability and the timeline to extricate one patient who was trapped underneath the vehicle while we were providing patient care to the others. We established an LZ on Highway 160 for Mercy Air, just north of the accident scene. The Sheriff's Office and NHP were very helpful on us in getting that traffic turned around because there was a lot of cars accumulating in that particular area. And so under the mass casualty, we identified which patients needed to be flown immediately, which ones went to our local hospital. And it's my understanding at least 1, if not more, may have been flown out subsequent to that at Desert View Hospital.
And so tell me about the extrication of a patient that's underneath that convertible vehicle.
The extrication portion was assigned to both Rescue 15 and Engine 1 under the direction of Lieutenant Perry, and what he did is part of his almost like a micro size up. He found that probably the fastest way for us to remove that patient, given the predicament they were in, was to utilize high pressure airbags and gently lift that vehicle to a position where they could slide the patient out onto a longboard.
And then the rest of the occupants of the vehicle were found in various locations?
Yeah, all around the vehicle, but they were various locations, correct.
Were they all adults?
No, there was 2 adults and the rest were under teenagers.
It appears that there was no other reason for the accident that involved another vehicle or anything, right? This is just a single vehicle only involved in this?
Don't know exactly. There was some speculation and some initial pieces of the investigation by NSP that speed may have been a factor. Control, I don't know if who was actually operating the vehicle, but there was some concern about who was operating and whether or not they were licensed. So that's all part of the ongoing investigation.
Judge Kim Walker has agreed to a public reprimand from the Nevada Commission on Judicial Discipline for violating several legal canons in handling a paternity case. The case in her courtroom in 2012 resulted in Walker holding a defendant in contempt of court, sentencing him to 7 days in jail and ordering him to pay a $500 fine. According to documents, Wonker failed to enter the order following her finding of contempt and also failed to give the defendant due process. She allegedly held him in contempt for statements or actions that do not constitute contempt under Nevada law. The judge has now agreed to complete a minimum of 2 courses at the National Judicial College this year at her own expense. She also has agreed to make a private apology to the defendant, vacate the finding of contempt, and reimburse the $500 fine the subject paid. James Paul Duet was taken into custody for being under the influence of a controlled substance and possession of drug paraphernalia after deputies were dispatched to the area of 680 East Street for a report of a male that was seen removing a statue from a gravesite at the cemetery and then walking across the street with the statue. Upon arrival, deputies made contact with the male, who identified himself as James Duet. Duet told deputies that he did take the statue, however, that God took it back from him and did not know currently where it was at. He further said, according to police, that it disappeared by God. Deputies say that he told them that he had used crack cocaine about an hour earlier. He said that he was homeless, and then he told deputies, according to the report, that he lived in the trailer at Space 11B. Upon further investigation, Duet's roommate told deputies that there was a statue in their trailer that Duet had just brought in. The owner of the statue decided not to press charges, and it was returned to him. Duet was arrested for the drug-related crimes after testing positive for PCP and cocaine. As we head into our break, let's join Catherine Tillett from Golden Entertainment.
We have our prospector bonus, which is on Sundays and Thursdays. You can win comp dollars, free play, and bonus points as well.
And then anything else going on?
The 15th of this month, we'll have 3 times comp dollar days. So it's, of course, tax day. Tax season is ending. So we're celebrating with giving 3 times comp dollars on all slot machines.
And this is at all properties?
All properties, yep.
And so tell me about the Gold Mine Rewards card, because that is just one card for all 3 properties, right?
Yes, so that actually jumped, that we kicked that off March 1st. So it's 1 card now for all 3 properties. So you can go from Lakeside to Gold Town all the way to the Nugget, and you can utilize your points and your play is all associated on 1 card now.
And so you can get that at the Players Club?
Yep, correct. We actually have an enrollment kiosk here as well, so you just stick your driver's license in, it'll pop your driver's license right back out. It just reads the little barcode on the end of it, and it'll set you up with an account, print you out a card, and you're good to go. Or you can also visit the casino host area or the Players Club, which is located inside the cage, and they can get you a card as well.
So for more information on any of these promotions, you can talk to the Players Club, and they will give you all the details and even help you out.
Absolutely, absolutely.